With your connection to agriculture, I'm Joanna Guza. Dr. Kurt Vogel with UW River Falls was on the PDPW Dairy Signal talking about animal handling. One item he addressed was personality type and how the personality type can be more prone to poor animal handling.
There are different personality types that may be more prone to aversive handling. Here's where I have to make a little bit of a jump for you, because we don't have a lot of research in this space regarding the personality types that are often involved with aggressive animal handling events. And so I turn to the workplace bullying space, because that's where we do know a little bit more about different personality types that will engage in workplace bullying. And what I found in reading about this is that there seem to be two primary personality types that bubble to the surface that will engage in bullying behavior to their colleagues in the workplace. And those are the psychopathic personality types and the explosive personality types. And they're different. Let's focus on the psychopathic personality type first. You might be interested to know that the statistics vary a little bit on this, but it seems like somewhere around 1 in 50 people among us has psychopathic tendencies. The other thing that's really interesting to note is that a lot of high-level leaders in business have more psychopathic personality traits. If you think about this, in highly competitive environments, it kind of makes sense, right? Because if you're like feeling for the people that you're competing against, then it'll be harder to climb the ladder, right? So it's kind of self-selecting. But in the case of the psychopathic tendency that engages in bullying behavior, these tend to be people that are entirely focused on their own interests. They lack the ability to feel empathy toward others, like to sort of relate to the feelings of other people. And they don't have any motivation to change or to be coached. Like they're not really receptive to changing anything at all. They'll kind of do whatever they have to do to get by if somebody's watching. And as soon as nobody's watching, they're going to go right back to what they were doing before. It's kind of a conniving, kind of manipulative type of personality. These are the personality types that you cannot fix. And this is an important message that I have to share with dairy producers that are managing personnel. If you have somebody that shows a lot of these types of tendencies on your work or on your staff, then you should consider moving them off of live animal work and onto other types of work where their actions don't affect a being that well, when the things happen to them, they matter to them. So as an example, if you're a big-hearted dairy producer, you don't want to fire somebody, consider taking the person that has psychopathic tendencies on your staff and moving them over to doing more work with equipment or something like that. So that if they decide to lose their cool and they get angry and they decide to throw a wrench or whatever, it's a wrench. It's not an animal. So kind of keep that in mind.
And that's your connection to agriculture. I'm Joanna Guza.